Hey guys, it's your girl Makaymarie, and as you can tell by the title of this video, I'm just going to be talking about apartments and everything that comes with it, like apartment shopping, budgeting, furniture shopping, and just some things I wish I knew overall when it came to looking for apartments. So let's get right into it. So first things first, I decided I wanted to move out after the whole pandemic happened, which was really crazy. I feel like that was the worst time to do big decisions such as this, but I decided I wanted to do it because I'm still in school and I didn't want to go back to school and being around people in my dorm and not knowing where they've been around. So I just felt like it was safer to live by myself. And I also wanted to move because, I don't know, I just need my own space. I love home, but I like my serenity a little bit more. So I did decide for a lot of reasons to move out. Actually, looking for apartments wasn't that bad just because I did have like my cousin, my friend, we was all moving out around the same time. So we was kind of like helping each other. We would help each other out like, hey, I want to go view these apartments, or these apartments are really nice. They might be in your budget type thing. So, it really wasn't that hard. I used places like HotPads, Apartments.com, Zillow, and a couple other places. I can't think of the name right now. But it wasn't that bad. First thing I would say to do is make sure you verify the apartments that you're looking at, because there were a couple places that were just scam likely, and I'm not stupid and I wasn't falling for it. There was this one place and it was like, I don't even know why I would even click on the link, but it was like I think it was like between like $700 and $800 a month for the rent, and it was one or two bedrooms, and it was fully furnished. So I messaged her about it, and she was just like, yeah, so I'll let you stay there for 2 weeks, and then after those 2 weeks I'll decide if I want you to live in my house and all this other stuff, because I guess she owned it, I don't know. And I was just like, okay. And she was like, so you have to book it through the Airbnb site, and it's gonna be $1,200.
$1,200
to do that. I'm just like, $1,200? Why is it $1,200 when rent is apparently $700 to $800? But just make sure you do it. Every time I looked at an apartment on any of these sites, I looked up the apartment on Google to make sure they have a website. Because for me, I don't trust no apartment, no neighborhood that doesn't have a website. I feel like every neighborhood has a website. I could be wrong, but that's just my thinking. I need double verified. But just make sure you guys are doing your research on apartments. And I know places like HotPads is like people who renting out rooms in their house, or people who own houses who rent it out. So just make sure it's legit before you decide you want to do it. Next thing is touring apartments. Actually going on tours was kind of hard to do during the pandemic just because of COVID. They don't want a whole bunch of people in and out of the houses, and usually sometimes when they tour a house, sometimes it'll be somebody else's house who's about to move out and they just let them tour it, or it's like a model house. But there's been some apartments where in order to tour it, you have to get approved, like your application approved first. But there's application fees when it comes to apartments. They can range from $20 to over $50. And for me, I wasn't paying $50 for an application, and I don't like the apartment, or I can't even see it. So that was my only issue. But there were some places, I know when me and my friend were searching, the lady at the rental office, she was willing to do like a FaceTime chat with us so we can view the house through FaceTime. There's other places like they had 3D models online. Some had videos, but for me, like, I have to see it in person. I can't do the little 3D models. That don't do nothing for me, because when I viewed the 3D model for this, it was just different. Like they have different model homes, and it's like, or different like style homes. It could be the same complex, but each one is like modeled differently. You also want to make sure that you have all your questions straight. Like, is it all electric? Is it gas? Are any utilities included? How safe is the neighborhood? Like, are there any schools around? How close is the closest Walmart? Washer and dryer included? Just simple questions like that. How the neighbors are. I ask how the neighbors are because I'm just like, I don't want no roaches, no rats in my house. I did bring my mom with me on the tours because I'm like, I know she's gonna ask the questions that I have that I'm gonna forget or don't feel like asking. So that's why I brought her with me. So if you don't have like all your questions straight, just make sure you bring like your mom, your dad, your older sister, whoever with you to view the house with you. Next is budgeting. Budgeting is something I wish I really knew before I moved out. I'm not really one of those people who shop. I'm a very frugal person. I don't like to spend a lot of money on one thing. So budgeting is still something I'm still figuring out, but I'm almost there. So when I first started looking for apartments, I had set my budget for $800 a month, and it just didn't click to me that my budget should have included groceries, utilities, and all that other stuff. So I'm paying well over $800, but my rent is under $800, which I love. So it's just like, my rent's under $800, and then I have my renter's insurance, and that varies from, it just depends on how much stuff you got in your house, what type of neighborhood you're living in. It varies. And renter's insurance really isn't that bad. You could be paying as low as $5 and be paying like $30. Like, it depends on you, your neighborhood, how much stuff you have, and all this other stuff. Also, since everything in my apartment is electric, all I have to do is pay electricity besides rent. So it's just like, with the electricity thing, it varies. And I think it's because I have shit plugged up everywhere. I have stuff plugged up everywhere. The Dominion Energy, they sent me a little link to how to conserve your electricity. So I'm definitely gonna be doing that. Some ways you can do that is unplug everything when you're not using it. I started doing that. If I'm not using my microwave, it's unplugged. I know some other ways to conserve energy. They said LED lights. They said keep your thermostat on 68. Mine's a 69, so I'm hoping that's fine. But it's just little things. There's ways you can conserve your energy and stuff. But the main thing I would say is unplug all your stuff at night. If you're not using it, it doesn't need to be plugged in. It's just wasting electricity. Groceries. When it comes to groceries, I don't really feel like I eat that much. I think my first grocery shopping was the biggest. I don't know how much I spent, but because you gotta buy your seasonings, and things are expensive. And then you just gotta buy simple stuff like pots and pans, utensils. So another thing that I do pay for is cable. Internet, because I don't have cable because I don't be here like that. So I use the internet, and I just connect that with my Fire Stick and my Netflix, and that runs me $50 a month. So just make sure when you guys are looking for your apartments and you're setting your budget that you include your utilities and stuff. So that's why when you view your apartments, you need to ask is everything electric, and if there's any utilities included. Last thing is furniture shopping. So me, I was apartment shopping well before I even got approved for an apartment. I bought me a little storage unit at home, and anytime I saw something at the store, I would just put it there, because whether or not I got an apartment, I was moving out. I was going somewhere. So I did all my apartment shopping. At thrift stores. I love thrifting. I love getting the best deal, and I'm the type of person, I will shop for days for the same item until I find the best deal. I just bought me a little storage unit, and I will put everything in there. I got me my dining room table from a thrift store. I bought my microwave from a thrift store. You can buy the best things at a thrift store. All you gotta do is wash them. I got some pots and pans from the thrift store. Pots and pans be like $20, $30 for a good one, but they $10 at the thrift store. But I am gonna take you guys on a tour of my house just so you know exactly what was thrifted and what wasn't. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and please check out my music video that I just put out. It's called Please Me. It's on all streaming platforms, and I'm gonna link the video below or somewhere. And I hope you guys enjoy it, and let me know what you think of that. If you have any questions or anything, just comment them and I'll be happy to answer them. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
The sun, God took his time when he made this one. So precious, my existence is from earth. Everybody wants to